All right, in this video today, we're going to talk about 8 secrets about Bend, Oregon. If you're moving to the area and you're not familiar, you probably never heard of these. If you live here, not maybe so much secrets, but we're going to try to throw in some local favorites that even if you live here, you may not know about too. So let's go ahead and jump right into this video, and we're going to get out that right now. All right, number one. Bend is the high desert, right? Like, so what does that mean? Well, we have a very unique climate because we actually do have 4 seasons. So, we got them all. Fall, winter, spring, summer, we got everything. And, it is an amazing place in each one of the seasons. That's one of the coolest things here is because there's not one season that's better than the other. And you have a ton of things to do in every one. So if you're in summer, you float down the river, get on your paddleboard, have a beer, listen to the concert while you're anchored in the river. There's just a ton of stuff to do in the summer, and Bend is one of the most beautiful places in the summer. In the winter, break out that snowboard, go skiing. You probably see him Theron up there. He's probably at the mountain more and he's actually working. But that's what he loves to do, right? And that's what Bend affords. So, winter is good for those winter activities. Fall, it's just a little bit slower season. Leaves start to fall. We do have leaves. It's not all pine trees and junipers. We have leaves that fall too. So, the colors are absolutely beautiful. And then spring, man, that's that break after that long winter. The sun starts to come out. You can turn your water back on and start watering your yard if you're not familiar with that. In the winter here, or when it shuts their water off so it doesn't freeze. So spring is a super beautiful time that everything starts to bloom and come back in, and it's right on to summer again. So, number one, we definitely have a unique climate, 300 days of sunshine a year. Even when it's cold outside, it is still beautiful, beautiful blue out, and the sun is almost always shining. So no sad faces in Bend, baby. Let's look at what's next. Attractions. One of the biggest attractions that people hear about is Smith Rock State Park. Actually, my wife and I hiked to the top of Smith Rock, and that's where we got married. Smith Rock is amazing. It's known to climbers, and people are out there slacklining and doing all the fun stuff you can do at Smith Rock. And so you can take a super extreme hike. It's called Misery Ridge, or you can walk around the base. There's lots of stuff to do at Smith Rock. And that's just outside of Bend in a town called Terrebonne. And if you're coming to Bend, Central Oregon, you definitely should visit Smith Rock. So look what's next. The High Desert Museum. I think that's if you're not from here, you probably don't know about it, but the High Desert Museum is a museum based on this area, right? They have otters there, and they have a raptor display, and they have a pioneer display, and they have all kinds of really cool stuff about the history and what it's like to live in Bend. And actually, our son usually goes there in summer to do a High Desert Museum camp, and he's 9 years old, and he absolutely loves it. So definitely check out the High Desert Museum if you're coming to Bend. It's something that you shouldn't miss. The Deschutes River Trail. We have a trail, right? That spans, man, it's a super long trail. And there's a very popular section of it down near the Old Mill District that you can hike all the way around. And you can go from walking through a park to in the middle of the woods before you know it, right? With the river right alongside of it. And it is an absolutely amazing place to walk, to bike. You can bike on sections of it to get some exercise in, or just see what Bend's like. So if you're coming here, you've got to take some time and explore the Deschutes River Trail. Tumalo Falls. Tumalo Falls is a short drive from Bend, and it is absolutely amazing. You can see some breathtaking waterfalls. If you've not experienced some of the waterfalls that Oregon has, Tumalo Falls is a great place to take that in. And you can actually bike there. You can hike there. Just a ton of stuff to do. Usually summer's better than the winter because the winter gets pretty hairy and usually closed to get up there. So I would say that's a springtime activity more than anything else. Let's see what's next. Lava River Cave. If you're not familiar with this, Bend is a geologic masterpiece. We were formed from lava. So there's places that the lava cut tubes underneath the ground, and you can go explore those now today. So the Lava River Cave is something that's super fun to do. We've done it a bunch of times. Even though we lived here for over 20 years, we still take the kids there every once in a while and check it out. There's also the Lava River Forest, the lava forest. There's also obsidian flows. Man, there's a ton. I just sold a good friend of mine a house that's right on the Newberry National Monument. He actually is able to sell the rocks out of his house. Basalt that he's going to have somebody come in and cut in his yard, right? It's not the National Monument. It's actually his rocks, and he's able to sell those. We had no idea that when we were buying the house, and now he's got an extra income stream because he can sell the rocks. So cool stuff to look at. Very, very volcanic in nature. and definitely something you want to check out. Let's see what's next. Brewery culture. Where else in the world do you have a cycle brew pub? What's a cycle brew pub? Well, it's got like 10 seats on it, and a guy that's not drinking is driving, steering, doing all that, but people sit all around it and they pedal while they're drinking their beer, and they go all around the city and tour it. So, the cycle brew pub is awesome, but we definitely have a brewery culture. We have the most breweries per capita anywhere in the United States. And, like the beer scene is definitely on fire. We've done a lot of videos about beer, but if you're a beer connoisseur, you got to come check out what we have in Bend. Community spirit, like Be Nice in Bend. That's an actual thing in Bend, Oregon. And, a lot of people like, hey, what does Be Nice in Bend? Well, the community is alive here and it's vibrant and people out doing things. And we have parks and we have parades and we have festivals, and like it's just all around community spirit. So even though we're growing, the community spirit is still very, very strong in Bend. And if you're looking for that, like community vibe, man, you can find it anything. It doesn't matter what you're into. There is a community based around it in Bend, Oregon, especially if it's the outdoor lifestyle. That is absolutely hot in this area. Let's see what's next. That's the 8 topics. I'm going to throw some bonus topics in here for you. Places that you should go visit. The Cascade Lakes. We have lakes that are dotted up the Cascade Lakes Highway. You should definitely go check this out. Spark Lakes come to mind. That is absolutely amazing. Elk Lake, you can go camping up there, paddle boarding, Cultus Lake. Those are cool lakes. We have Lake Billy Chinook. Lake Billy Chinook is just absolutely amazing water skiing lake, fishing lake. You can rent a houseboat, Lake Billy Chinook. You have Haystack Reservoir. Man, we got lakes, Prineville Reservoir. We got lakes, right? And we also have mountains, like the Three Sisters, right? You can go and hike South Sister. Have you ever hiked a mountain before? It's not super, super complicated hike, but you got to be in shape for it. So that's definitely something you can do. And what else is there, from a local perspective? Man, there's just so much to do here. There's so many trails that you can hike. I've lived here for 23 years and I haven't hiked all the trails, right? If you like to mountain bike, Phil's Trail, you got to go check out Phil's Trail. If you like to e-bike, you can actually e-bike forever. If you like to road bike, man, you can go for miles and miles and miles right out to Prineville Reservoir and check it out. There is so many things to do here, you guys. It's hard to get it into, a short video about what you can do. But Bend just has so many things to offer, right? Like, I encourage you to check it out. If you're looking to make a move, you want to change your pace, Bend absolutely might be the place that you're looking for. Well, hey, by the way, my name is Joshua Grossman. This is my channel. It's called Lifestyle in Bend channel, and it's called Lifestyle in Bend because we really promote what it's like to live here. If you watched our videos before, you see us out doing things. You see there not skiing and going to the surf park, and you see me out doing things with the kids, and like it's just all about that. I'm with Epic Realty, and if you're looking to buy or sell a house, we would love to hear from you. It doesn't matter if it's 9 days or 90 days. Go ahead, give us a call, shoot us a text message, send us an email, and we will jump into making your move to Bend as smooth as possible. It doesn't matter if it's 9 days or 900. We don't care. Like, give us a call. Let's chat. We also got 3 gifts for you, right? The first is our absolutely free relocation guide. And that baby is chock full of the best things to do in Bend. I'm going to throw a QR code up here on the screen. You just scan that with your phone if you're watching this on your TV or your laptop. There's also a link down below you can click to, but that gives you a free access to our relocation guide, and it's chock full of the best things about Bend, Oregon. You got to check it out. Number 2 is our free buyer's guide. Our buyer's guide chock full of the best things that you need to know if you're buying a house in Bend, Oregon, right? And number 3 is our free seller's guide. That baby's chock full of the best ways to save you money and get your house ready to sell, and to save some pitfalls that are very common along the way. So, our 3 gifts for you: scan that QR code on the screen or click the link below and we will send that right over. We want to thank you very much for watching our channel. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It takes no time. It's absolutely free, and it absolutely helps our channel. Tap the bell for notifications, and you'll see when we bring new videos out. And more than anything else, reach out and give us a holler. If you have questions about Bend, if you're making a move, if you're not making a move, if you're just curious, we want to talk to you. You leave it in the comments below. We try to respond to all of them. Every time it's absolutely free without obligation. We're here to help, right? And if you choose us to buy a house, we'd absolutely love that too. But if we can help you, we're cool with that as well. So we appreciate you guys jumping on the channel, learning some secrets about Bend. Maybe you're not so secrets if you're local to Bend, but I bet there is some stuff in there for everybody. So you know what? Until we see you around town, until we see you on the next video, we absolutely appreciate you watching, and we'll talk to everyone soon.